Knights Academy. Training's in session.
Alright, so, 3 days pass. You guys all get an invite by Zyrat to his place. It doesn't say what it's about, but all of you receive it.
I'll go.
Including Yananoli in case he shows up next week. I don't know when he's going to be able to start playing again. Hopefully soon. Have you talked to him recently, by the way, Pink?
I have not.
If you have a chance to text him or talk to him or something to see if you can figure out what's going on. So,
Okay.
hopefully sooner. I mean, I understand his job is keeping him busy, but it'd be nice to have him back if it's possible. And he has a spot whenever he does come back, so. Alright. Alright, so you all get the summons. Do you all answer the summons, or does anybody just give him the middle finger? Brock?
No, I'll go.
Okay.
He wouldn't have said anything to me when I was there?
He didn't say anything then, no. You got a shadow there, Robert.
I know. That's bad. Anyway, I'll go, sure.
Okay. Thorn? Saxon?
I already said I'm going.
Okay. And I'm assuming you go, Thorn? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Alright, just making sure. Alright, so everybody goes. He will welcome you all. He has a meager snack out. You know, some fruits, veggies, some dried meats. A little bit of wine, even though it's only 9 in the morning. A nice little welcome. And when you guys come in, he'll... So, I have a mission for you, if you do not mind taking on a task for me. There's very, very few I would trust with this task. In fact, the four of you and Yananoli are the only ones that I would trust with this task. It does involve you leaving the island temporarily. Is that something you are okay with?
We kind of just did. So.
When?
Well, I would, today if you could, tomorrow if you must.
Are you providing
Go ahead.
Are you providing the transport?
I will book passage for you, yes.
Okay.
What's the job?
I need you to go seek out a... And he glances at Vol for a second. Business partner of mine who has requested an update on things here. Her request is not something I can ignore, unfortunately. You'll be taking a gift to her, small homage, and reporting what needs to be reported, which is mostly just delivering a letter. But I don't want many to know of her existence or the ties to me. That's why I'm very reluctant to send anyone but you.
Well, I think we can do that. At least I'm down.
How long?
So I gotta be closer.
I'm specifically asking because I would like to be able to go to the trial.
You may or may not be back in time for that. It's about a week and a half away. Plus, you need a day journey and then teleport. You're looking at about 3 weeks to a month.
Well, if the trial's supposed to take place next week, then there's no way we'd be back.
I guess not. How important is the trial to you?
On a scale from 1 to 10?
Sure, on that type of scale would work.
Like an 8 or 9?
Would it be okay if I hired somebody to transcribe the entire thing so you can read through it? Or is your physical presence what's required? Because if it's your physical presence, I think I can do something about that. If it's the transcriptions, I can do something about that as well.
If you can manage the physical presence, then we'll call the favors even and I won't require any payment.
Very well. I will not, but I believe she probably still will pay you, and I would not turn it down. It is considered an insult to turn down payment for her. Yes, and he's kind of looking at you for a minute, and he starts changing, and he shifts into you. I don't have to say anything. I could just be there. Sit in the back quietly, pensively.
That could work.
And I will have somebody
Anything-
transcribe it.
Yeah, and then I would like to have a transcription as well, and then that's fine.
Okay. I can do that. I do enjoy a good trial. Especially one of this nature.
You may,
Gruck, you
a few
okay?
peop-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm good.
Uh-oh. Sorry, it
Is
looks
it
like he's thinking.
Is it thinking or pain?
No, I've been thinking. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I just had something pop into my head that I couldn't just stand here, sit here and not, have some sort of reaction to the thought.
Because he's
Which-
like...
No, I won't be revealing the thought.
Oh, wait,
No,
fine.
that's totally fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a pain thing flaring up.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay. I'll let the dragon know that there's a decent enough chance that some people are going to be coming up to him during the trial. I've made a few relationships with people that are intimately connected with this trial. If they invite you out to drink or sup or whatever, you're free to politely decline. But please be generous with these people. They're
He
friends.
He's trying to imitate your voice. He's not doing the greatest job. I'll have to practice that a bit. With a +8, he should be able to get pretty good at it, though.
Okay. Like, if he's not going to be comfortable, obviously going in, I just want him to be aware that I'm trying as best as I can to cultivate a relationship with these people, and, if you're going to say that you have something going on and you're unable to this time, if you want to, give them some money to go out or whatever because they've recently suffered tragedies, let me know and I will reimburse them.
Very
Or
well.
I will reimburse him.
Very well. I will play the part of you as best I can.
Thank you.
I will have to practice being brooding and under-emotional for a while.
And if any of the defendants would like to not cooperate during the trial, I'm fairly certain all you would have to do is stand up.
From what I have heard, given my sources, I don't think I'll even have to stand up. Just being in the courtroom, I'm pretty sure will do what needs to be done.
Fair enough.
You can tell that he's probably going to enjoy playing you for a little bit.
Cool.
So, it's a sense of power he has not had, just by his very presence being that intimidating yet. So,
Speaking of intimidating and awesome, today's movie of the week, if anyone hasn't seen it,
Sushi Girl?
It's amazing.
I have not.
Think Reservoir Dogs meets Hostel.
Huh.
Like, if an entire... You know the scene in Reservoir Dogs where the guy's getting his ear cut off by Michael Madsen?
Yeah.
Imagine if they made an entire movie about that scene.
Huh.
This movie stars Tony Todd, Mark Hamill, Danny Trejo, Michael Bihn's in it. It's got a killer performance by Courtney Palm as the sushi girl, who literally spends most of the movie just laying on a table naked and covered in dead fish, and still steals scenes from actors of that caliber. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's amazing.
I will have to see if I can find a free copy to watch somewhere. See if it's on Amazon or Netflix or something.
I'm not sure. I think it's on Netflix.
I will take a look later.
Okay.
So, alright. So, the job, like I said, she will be doing, paying for this, because this is something she has requested. And I am paying for your passage, first class, of course. Nothing but the best for my friends. And I will also give you each 100 gold a week for the trip. So at least 400 gold. I wouldn't anticipate any type of combat, but if there is, of course, combat pay will be added on. Of course, with that, please don't go out of the way seeking it.
But free money.
So, and as you are going to be gone for a month, is there anything you wish for me to do for you outside of what I'm doing for Saxon while you are gone?
I was debating the storage units that you have allowed us to utilize.
Yes.
Being I'm going to be gone and I don't have anything to put in it, I was thinking about putting up an advertisement or a one ad for leasing it out. Would that be something you're okay with?
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that for you. I will save the proceeds for you. Actually, the 5 of your storage centers are the only ones that are not currently rented out. They are actually in more demand than I anticipated.
Excellent. Thank you.
Anybody else wish that?
Yeah, go ahead. I probably won't ever use it. I don't mean that as any personal offense, sir. I generally don't have a lot of things.
Oh, by no means. If it's a source of income for you, I gave you these to use as you will. I'm completely okay with you doing that.
How much do they charge?
Well, most of them I'm getting 2 gold a day for. Yours are the average size, so I'll probably get a gold or 2 a day. It depends on discussions with the people.
I think I'm gonna keep mine.
Very well. Thorn?
You can rent. Yeah, you can rent mine.
Very well. I will set up a source of income for you all. Alright, enjoy your time. And basically, I count it as a business for the D&D terms, so it could make you, up to 3 gold a day, or it could cost a little bit. So he'll pay you out once a month based on how it's doing.
Cool.
Basically, it could cost, meaning it's empty. So, or somebody could damage it, or things like that. So,
Right.
but it's being managed, so the chances of it actually costing you anything are very low. So
That's fair.
it's like a 10% chance of it costing you half a gold for a day. So
Find out where the person lives that damages it, and I'll get my money back.
But
Or
oh
not.
no, Saxon, you can't drag a guy to get some fresh air.
Yeah, I mean seriously.
Say it's not okay when he does it. It's like totally fine if I do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
Alright, so would you like to leave today or tomorrow?
Leave now.
So I'm fine with that.
It'd be the evening, actually, just after lunch.
Yeah. Why not start now instead of put it off another day? What's
Very
you gotta do?
Well, the ship that I was looking at booking passage on you for today is called the Queen of the Waves. It will be going to Provia, where you will go. You will arrive at Tyrus. You need to journey up to Megiddo, which is a very short walk.
Oh fuck no, I'm out.
I said walk, but I wasn't going to make you walk. I was going to tell you I have a carriage that will be meeting you there and can get you there in another day.
No. I'm not going to Megiddo. I've read the Bible. I know how this story ends. Fuck you.
Now, are you actually serious about that in character?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying that as me. Like, I know how the Bible ends. I'm not going to Megiddo.
I don't blame you.
If I am, I'm gonna look to my right and my left, and if I see a goat, I'm running the fuck away.
Yeah. When you get to Megiddo, you'll go to the southeast, what do they call it? A district. Megiddo Southeast is what they call it there. Which if you haven't been there, you may not need to talk to somebody to get directions. Basically, Megiddo is several towns put together, connected through magical portals. So you'll have to take a portal to get to Megiddo Southeast, and she is down there, business owner of a shop. I guarantee you can figure out the shop, but just in case, it is called Blue Dragon's Teeth.
Dragon's teeth.
We are not very subtle about putting where we are. It's quite easy to get away with it, in fact, since they think we are all dead. Considering his warehouse is called the Blue Dragon's Lair.
Fair enough.
Just when you get there, be cordial to her. She's known as the Azure Lady in town.
What's her name?
Truthfully, I actually do not know her name. I have always just my life called her Mother.
So we should ask for mother, or should we ask for?
The Azure Lady. That is what she is known as in town. Azure. Both her hair and eyes are the blue color of our scales. And now that you know the relation, you understand why I want to keep this secret.
Very well.
Okay.
But she sent a request to have an update and wanted to meet my friends here that I have made.
She.
Oh my god, we're dealing with a fucking 12-year-old.
It was like 60, but yeah. In Dragon
Mom's
years, yes.
Can I meet your friends?
In Dragon years, yeah, he basically is an adolescent.
Okay.
He's an early teenager, if anything. Like, he'd be like 13 years old in Dragon years.
If she should happen to ask anything that is not in your letter, Like, is there a general tone of response that you would like us to give her? Like, I don't want to accidentally tell her something you don't want us to tell her, is my point.
When it comes to mothers, I have learned the best thing to do is be honest. I would say keep an air of respect if you can, but I am sure she will ask something that is not going to be something I want revealed, but just tell her the truth.
Fair enough.
I'm just going to throw this out there, and it's OC. Clearly, he's not yet a teenager.
I'm curious on something. It's not not a question that I'm asking anybody. It's more like introspective thought. In Seaport, do they have like building records, blueprints that are like on public record or
There
on file?
is some, not all of them are, but yes.
Is that something that the public can access?
Public records, yes. So like the temples, a lot of the housing units are like that, warehouses are like that. Any of the guard shacks and government buildings are not on record.
But if for a private person to construct anything, would they have to file plans
Yes.
to be on record?
Yes.
Eh.
Why?
It's a curious thought.
Oh,
Wait, can you repeat the question? Because you were cutting out.
he wanted to know if there was blueprints, basically, for all the buildings in Seaport. If you have to submit a formal plans in order to build something. Not formal, but basics. It's not near as sophisticated as it is now, but yes.
Okay.
Alright. So, you guys will have passage on the Wayqueen. Going there, first class. The rooms are extremely nice. The ship is about half again larger than the ship you were just on. They're fully furnished rooms, very comfortable. You're able to find very good accommodation, and the crew is very hospitable. This particular ship is not a cargo ship; it is a passenger ship. So they are very good about serving. They bring you guys breakfast in the room. They serve a very nice meal for first class, so on and so on. It's actually a very relaxing week and a half going down there.
You have absolutely no idea how hilarious it would be as if we're talking to various people on the ship and all of a sudden we find out that Violet's on it trying to get home.
That would be awesome, but no.
Come on, roll it!
I already know where she's at. I've already got it all planned. Since you've taken such
Where's she
interest
at?
in her. I'm not telling
Where's
you.
she at?
Go ahead and find a spell to find her.
Where's Waldo?
Alright, so a week and a half to get there. You'll be met by a carriage that has no steeds on it whatsoever, but you can hear them. They seem to be invisible. And it will pull you up to Megiddo, which takes the full day and night, so you get there the next morning. You guys will arrive in Megiddo. Let me see if I had any descriptions for the arriving of Megiddo. If you wanted to know anything about Megiddo itself, you can go ahead and roll a history check for anybody that is interested.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oops.
But Megiddo itself, the approach to it is along the wall. It is very high up with very thick walls. Actually, the middle one is the one you guys arrive in first. You'll find this map on the wall. And yes, Vic, that is actually the map in the middle of Megiddo.
Yeah,
map.
Yeah, it is.
So, it is actually Megiddo you were in.
Hang on one second.
Magic portals.
Where is it?
You look at it, you're like, yeah. Actually, a lot of my
Yeah, Saxon's getting the fuck out because he doesn't realize that he's playing the D&D character.
who doesn't realize about real history of Megiddo.
Mm-hmm.
If you actually pay attention to a lot of my maps, I have taken actual real world locations and just converted it. So, there's actually another one on there that should be pretty obvious which one it is. If anybody can figure it out, props. I'll give you inspiration. Alright, so what was the checks? Let's see. Thorn! Way to go with the history check.
Give me 4 seconds.
Yeah. And Saxon are the other one that's going to know. Sad on your history check there, Gruck. Given your +4, that's a horrible roll.
It's my punishment for forgetting to click off a disadvantage.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah.
When Pink gets back, I'll give you the general history.
I have a question. Is it the bottom left one?
Yes. What is it?
It looks like either. I think it's Manchester or like that new. Yeah.
You said, sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Like the Manhattan, New York area.
You got it.
Oh,
Lower
yeah.
left one is Manhattan. Inspiration.
Woo!
Haven't even been looking.
So, alright, so, Vol, do roll another one, though, because you are from Privia, so you may actually have a little more knowledge. Give me another roll, because you have advantage on your history check. Alright, you'll know the basic part here at the beginning. Megiddo itself, before the split of the lands, had no fame, really. It was not really noteworthy. After the split is when it actually started developing to become more unique. Whereas like lands like Zahor and Awen are actually very ancient, same with Zeglon. They actually had a lot of people that lived there and a lot of different cultural and historical events that happened there. So Pravia itself is not. Megiddo, though, however, was not founded until after the split. It is famous as this spot is the home location of the god Hercules when he walked the earth.
Hercules was only half god.
He's full god in this game. He has achieved full godhood. Let me rephrase that.
Whatever, he's still a bitch. Xena for life.
The basics of it is, so he showed the leaders of the country that was currently at war, there's a better way to actually live. He took the 12 warring states, got them all to sit down together and work together, basically, to create a senate. So each of the warring leaders became senate members, and they rule the country that way. So it's only a 12-man senate, but it's pretty small, and that's how it works. Otherwise, all the countries would be at each other's throat. Let's see. They chose Hercules, or the Hercules hometown, as the center to honor his commitment to that. That is the basic information. I thought I had more. Oh, and then I forgot about that. Yeah, they also have an elected official that sits at the head of it, which is referred to as the Emperor. But emperor for a decade, and then they re-elect. And that is actually The Senate is not allowed to vote on that whatsoever. It is only the people that vote on the emperor. So he is the people's representatives. So, outside of that, though, some other information, other history points would be things about Hercules and how he actually won the challenge. He got all of them together, and he said, basically, he's like, look, if you can, he drew a circle on the ground and said, if you can defeat me, push me out of the circle, I will not challenge you, and you can have the land. If not, I'm going to take your land. And so each one of the war leaders, stepped in and tried to push him out of the ring. Failing to do so, he continued to challenge him after he had won everything. He goes, you want to win your land back? Push me out. And they kept trying and failing until they started talking amongst themselves and realized that if they work together, they may be able to do it. And together they were able to push him out of the ring. And that's when he says, see, you are stronger together than you are apart. And that's when they formed the Senate. So that's Hercules' little story here. And that's actually what achieved him godhood at that point. That was his final of his 12 tasks he had to do in this world. Alright. So you guys arrive in Megiddo. We have very little time to continue. The main thing is there is a tower you can see raising way above the city in the middle of Megiddo that definitely draws the eye. Especially since it literally has arcane symbols that keep lighting up, flashing on and off, that say Madrads. So, Vol and Thorn, you guys had a good enough... Oh, actually, in Saxon, you had a good enough history. He is probably the wealthiest nobleman in Previa. And when I say probably, he is the most wealthy man in the world. He's very close to being up there with very top end. So, he is one of the senators as well. So, but this is his main shop, and he is full of himself. So you guys arrive in Megiddo. The carriage will disembark you, and that is where we will pick up next week.
All right.
All right. Well, gentlemen, have a good evening. Oh, Matt, I sent you a whisper earlier. Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, I just had to look to make sure that was the one I noted. Yes, it is of note.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good time.
Gentlemen.
Unless you guys come up with another mission you want to do specifically, this is the last mission you guys will have before you go to your storyline mission. So, and that will be, remember, after storyline mission, when you guys are done, when you're 5th level, I'm opening up the world. You guys won't have rails to walk on anymore. Like, I will have guidance, things you can do. But if you guys want to do something specific after 5th level, you can do whatever you want. The world will be open to you 100%.
Thank you. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys.
Have a good night.